check out the clean fit. That looks pretty good. Like I'm ready to buckle down with some boisterous buckaroos and bing bong butt some butts. Something like that. Allegedly. Wait, isn't this video supposed to be about that song Stan by Eminem and that character Stan? How do I transition that from what I was just talking about? Wait a minute. I know how I'll do it. The chorus that is repeated throughout the song sets a melancholic background to our story. The narrator describes a sad scene of rain, regretting getting up, and forgetting something as small as tea being made, and the tea now being cold. They are lost, blind. Not in the physical sense of being blind. The only source of happiness and hope in their life is a picture of someone on a wall. Here, we are introduced to the protagonist of the song, Stan. He's been trying to contact famous rapper-songwriter Eminem, or Slim Shady. The way he sends the letter shows that he really cares about the response. He's written multiple letters and left multiple points of contact. You know, just in case. Despite this, he tries to keep it casual with Slim, asking him about his life, and lets him know that he's gonna be a father soon. And if he has a daughter, he's gonna name him Bonnie, after the Eminem song 97, Bonnie and Clyde. It's at this point that I'm going to make a clear distinction between Eminem and Slim Shady. Eminem is the real person, Marshall Mathers, the man in the flesh, the big man himself. Slim Shady is the dramatized image of Eminem that is created throughout his songs. We can tell that Stan is referencing Slim, the dramatized version of Eminem, and not Eminem himself. We can clearly see this and that he's going to name his daughter Bonnie after the song, rather than Haley, which is the name of Eminem's real-life daughter. Stan reveals that he decorates his room with a lot of posters of Eminem and knows a lot about him, whether it be his personal life or his musical career. All of the details that Stan knows are about Eminem, but in his letters he's addressing Slim, the fictionalized version of Eminem. Stan signs off with a casual farewell, inviting his favorite artist to hit him back just to chat. It's in this verse that we really start to see the true colors of Stan appear. Eminem hasn't responded yet, and despite saying he isn't mad, Stan goes on to say some things that kind of make it seem like he is mad. Stan details an experience where he waited with his 6-year-old brother Matthew for 4 hours in the blistering cold in order to get an autograph from Eminem. He doesn't end up getting the autograph, and Stan is pretty pissed about this. Stan goes on to say about how fucked up it was for Eminem to do that, and that Matthew is an even bigger fan of Eminem than Stan is. The delusions are starting to become pretty evident here. How can Matthew, a 6-year-old, be more of a fan of Eminem than Stan is? The fact that Stan says this is really alarming. There's no way that Matthew has more posters, music, memorabilia, or knowledge about Eminem than Stan does. There's just no way. Also, what kind of 6-year-old is willing to wait 4 hours in the blistering cold just to get an autograph? Would they rather be playing or some shit? I don't know what 6-year-olds do, but probably not that. Please, big bro Stanley, can we go home? I'm so cold. No, Matthew, for the last time I told you, I'm getting that fucking signature from Eminem. Despite clearly showing how upset he is that Eminem did this to him and gypped him, Stan still goes on to say that, he's not mad about it. I'm not mad. Yeah, I'm not mad. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. No, I'm not mad. We catch a glimpse into Stan's traumatic past in these next few lines. We find out that his father was a deadbeat who would cheat and beat on his mother. In order to escape his harsh reality, he would turn on Eminem's songs and drift away. Stan enjoys Eminem's music so much, he even got a tattoo of his name across his chest. Stan also cuts himself, and in his words, it's to feel a rush. A break from the overall gray backdrop of his life. It's likely that a lot of these problems that Stan has, like depression and self-harm, stem from his abusive childhood. Instead of getting help for these issues, Stan bets his mental health on Slim responding to him and Slim's attention, and the odds aren't looking good. After all, when you stake your mental health on someone who may not respond the way you want, especially when that someone is someone you've formed an unyieldingly strong parasocial relationship with, the results are not going to be good. Stan ends his letter by trying to establish some common ground with Slim, as they've grown up in similar circumstances, and the other people in his life, like his girlfriend, just wouldn't get it. He signs off with an eerie, "We should be together, too." At this point, we can clearly see that Stan has become chronically obsessed with Slim, to the point where he's putting him on a pedestal far above everybody else in his life, like his girlfriend and his little brother. Stan is going all in and riding his mental health on the deified image of a celebrity. This verse is a swan song for Stan. Despite the numerous attempts by Stan to send letters to Eminem, he still hasn't responded. And while his other letters have been more peaceful in their tone, in this one, Stanley ain't having it. This has caused him to drive recklessly on the highway, while under the influence of alcohol and maybe some pills too. Stan then says that Slim could have saved him from the situation had he responded. But could he have? Stan is clearly a mentally unwell person, and a response from Eminem surely would not have fixed his problems. There's also the fact that with Eminem being as busy as he is as a celebrity, they don't have the time or experience to deal with the deep-seated issues that Stan exhibits. In other words, Stan is seeking help from a source where he's clearly not going to get it. But because Stan has turned Slim into the monolith of his life, he has no other option but to view him as the sole person who has the ability to help him but didn't. Stan further details his obsession for Slim and how it has now turned from love to hatred. Love and hate are two sides of the same coin, and our boy Stanley has flipped that coin. He wants Eminem to be constantly reminded of how he fucked up Stanley's life. With these next few lines, we see Stanley hit his lowest point in his life. We find out he has his pregnant girlfriend in the trunk and is planning on driving off the bridge with her, and he doesn't care how much she suffers when she dies. The verse ends with Stan reaching the bridge he's planning to drive off of and realizing that in all his spite and anger, he forgot to plan how to get his message out to Eminem, leaving his swan song to drown with him. The last verse is Eminem's response to all of Stan's letters and finding out that he killed himself as well as his pregnant girlfriend. I'm not going to analyze this section as it's mostly Eminem being pretty chill and responding as best he can to the situation. There's a lot to be learned from this case study of Stan. There's a pretty clear message on not to get too obsessed with celebrities or any figure for that matter. But there's an even deeper message here that can be applied to everyday life. When we stake our mental well-being on other people's actions, we are setting ourselves up for failure. You are now a slave to that person's response, whether it be good or bad. And with enough bad experiences, people crack. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't develop strong personal connections with people, as this is something that Stan clearly lacks. It's that you can't let other people affect your mental health to the point where everything is riding on them. You have to find some value that you can hold on to, whether people act the way you want them to or not. After all, you can't control other people's actions, but you can control your reaction to their actions. Damn, bars. Were those bars? I don't know. Hey, you let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed what you saw, subscribe because I'll be making more videos. And with that being said, I'll leave you with my rendition of the outro of Stan. Outro take 42. Outro take 42. Damn.